In this session, you will learn basic Excel functions and formulas. In Table 1, you have sales quantity and price per unit for 6 different fruits. Let's calculate the total quantity sold from all the fruits. Select cell B10 and press Alt key and equals sign together. You can see Excel automatically applies a formula with some function in it and identifies the nearby cells which contain numbers. Press Enter. You have the sum of quantities now. Alternatively, you can go to the Home tab. Under Editing Group, you can press the summation icon and press Enter. This is called the AutoSum button. If you click on the arrow and AutoSum button, you get few other functions like average, count numbers, max and min. Let's use the max function and press Enter. You get the highest quantity from the list, which is 200. Let's use the min function and press Enter. You get the lowest quantity from the list, which is 100. Select the average and press Enter to get the average quantity. Instructions like sum, average, count, max and min are called functions in Excel. Functions are built-in tools that help Excel perform calculations for you. Every function follows a simple pattern. Equal, function name and the input. Equals sign tells Excel you're giving it an instruction. Function name tells Excel what job to do, like sum, average, etc. The information inside the brackets tells Excel what data to work with. A formula like this, equals, average, within brackets B3 to B9 tells Excel to calculate the average of all the numbers from cell B3 to cell B9. Functions are useful because it saves time, reduces mistakes, updates automatically in Excel modeling, and they work with large amounts of data. We will keep the sum formula in cell B10 and calculate the average in cell B12. We will use the AutoSum button calculate the average. Select the arrow and AutoSum button and select average. You can see Excel picks the adjacent cells with number, which is not what we want in this case. So, we will select the correct cell range manually and press Enter. Notice, we can also type in the formula without using AutoSum button. We simply type equals, and then type average, open brackets. Select the range. Close brackets and press Enter. I'll retype the average formula, but instead of typing the full word, I'll type just the first 2 letters. You'll notice a list appears below the cell. The second option in the list is average. I can double-click the second option using the mouse, and Excel automatically inserts the function and opens the brackets. Select the cell range I want to average. Close brackets and press Enter. Let's see add the total quantity is for apple, kiwi, and cherries. Select cell B15. Type equals, select the quantity of apples, type a plus sign, select the quantity of kiwis, plus the quantity of cherries. Press Enter. Notice in this formula, we didn't use any functions like sum or anything. It is purely a manual calculation. Next, we will try multiplication. Calculate the total sales in column D by multiplying quantity from the price per unit. Select the cell D3, type equals, select the quantity, type asterisk for multiplying and select price per unit. Press Enter. Now you get the sales value. Notice, asterisk is used in Excel to instruct multiplication. Let me show you a quick way to fill the remaining cells using the fill handle. Select cell D3 and move your cursor to the small square in the bottom right corner of the cell. When the cursor becomes a plus sign, double-click. Excel automatically copies the formula down the column and stops at the last row of the adjacent column that contains data, which is column C, row 8 in this example. The formula is filled from D3 to D8. Notice that the bottom border in cell D8 is removed. Excel copies both the formula and formatting when using the fill handle, and the formatting from the copied cell does not include that bottom border. Select the Autofill Options button and select Fill without formatting option. Now the formatting is consistent. Notice, we used some function on a column to total up the quantities. Next, we will use some function to add a row. The only difference is earlier we selected a column range, and now we will select a row range. In Table 3, we have sales value for each fruit in 3 different countries. Let's add the total sales by fruit type. Go to cell E20 and press the AutoSum button. It identifies the correct cell range. If not, you can manually select the cell range. Press Enter. Double-click the fill handle to fill the rest of the cells and select Fill without formatting option so formatting will be consistent. Now you get the total for each fruit. We will try adding a mix of columns and rows which are not next to each other. Suppose we want to get the total sales for India and China. Select cell D27 and click the AutoSum button. Let's select the cell range for India first. Add a comma. And select the cell range for China. Press Enter. Now you get the total value for the 2 countries. Notice, by using comma separators, you can add any number of separate ranges in the same sum formula, even if the cells are not next to each other. Let's now try the if function. We want to label fruits with a sales value greater than 550 as 1, and all others as 0. In column E, type equals and if, open brackets. Select the sales value, type greater than sign and say 550. Type a comma. You'll see a formula guide appear below, asking for the value if the condition is true. Type 1, comma. For value if false, type 0. Close brackets and press Enter. Double-click the fill handle. You can now see the values shown as 1 or 0 based on the given criteria. If function is a powerful function that can be used in Excel automation, which you will learn in the future sessions. Next, we will calculate the sum and average for the sales value column. We can reuse the previous formula. Select cell B10 to B12 and copy it by pressing Ctrl and C together, or by right-clicking and choosing Copy. Then click on cell D10 and paste by pressing Ctrl and V together, or by right-clicking and choosing Paste. The sum and average values are calculated instantly. If you want to check or edit the formula, select the relevant cell and press the F2 key. Excel will highlight the cell range used in the formula. Next, we will look at division. To calculate sales per order in Table 2, we need to divide the total sales by the number of orders. Click on cell G3, type an equal sign, select the total sales value, type a slash to divide and then select the number of orders and press Enter. Notice, slash is used in Excel to instruct division. We can double-click on the fill handle to fill rest of the cells. Select the Autofill Options button and select Fill without formatting option. Alternative, you can use Copy and Paste option to fill the rest of the cells. With that, we conclude the session on basic functions and formulas.